Hello and welcome to the channel. The war of words between the All Progressives Congress APC presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu, his Presidential Campaign Council PCC, and Nduka Ogbaigbena of the Thisday and Arise TV franchise continued as the APC PCC launched a scathing tirade on the business mogul. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Let's go. Again, Ogbaigbena lies without shame, manufactures own alternate reality. Ordinarily, we consider it beneath us as well-bred media professionals to continue to engage in public sport with Mr. Nduka Ogbaigbena, a congenital blackmailer and hustler, especially in deference to ceasefire calls by well-meaning leaders and elders. The interventions followed our statement on Monday entitled Ogbaigbena and his Thisday on Arise News Hypocritical Grandstanding on Public Morality. But we crave the indulgence of these well-meaning Nigerians to allow us respond to Ogbaigbena's latest rambling called a statement. The largely diversionary composition was an attempt to deodorize its ethical problems. Ogbaigbena tried to deflect attention from those pertinent issues we raised about ethics. There is nothing he said to creditably detract a jot from our accurate summation of his well-known perverse and ignoble approach to media practice over the years, a practice that continues to undermine the integrity of journalism profession in the country. In his first statement attacking us, Ogbaigbena craftily attempted to mischaracterize as an attack on free speech our principled stand against his blackmail to have Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu appear on Arise TV and its PDP-sponsored town hall meetings. In the second statement, he was still adamant that our candidate must attend his town hall debate, despite our stance that our candidate is already executing another communication strategy to reach the most important target, the Nigerian voters. We repeat again, we will not make our candidate available to validate a scheme which, in the light of unassailable information at our disposal, is nothing but a racket by the Arise TV owner designed to embarrass our candidate. We now proceed to give a blow-by-blow response to Ogbaigbena's latest very poor attempt at red herring. How laughable that Ogbaigbena is now denying he was not in EFCC custody for receiving illicit funds from National Security Advisor Sambo Dasuki. He attempted to rationalize that the money received was compensation for losses incurred by the newspaper proprietors following the clampdown by security agents. But he craftily glossed over the meat of the matter, the grave misconduct to have the funds paid into the bank account of Hydrocarbon, a shell company obviously set up for money laundering, to which Ogbaigbena was the sole signatory. Since NPA has bank accounts, why was the money not transferred there directly? Moreover, the petty lie in Ogbaigbena's statement was punctured by the joint disclaimer issued on 12 December 2015 by Tribune, New Telegraph, and People's Daily, in whose names he had collected money. The three newspapers said they did not receive a kobo. His claim that he pocketed a chunk of the money received from Dasuki Gate as compensation for the alleged terrorist attack on his Abuja office is a laughable afterthought. Contrary to Ogbaigbena's lame attempt to rationalize his campaign against June 12 as action taken in furtherance of his membership of National Republican Convention (NRC), nothing can be further from the truth. His long story about sitting close to MKO Abiola on a London-Johannesburg flight begs the questions. He craftily sidestepped the issue of being recruited by the military regime to go on CNN to unconscionably declare Abiola did not win any election, shortly after NEC suspended the announcement of June 12 results. That dirty campaign was to prepare the grounds for the eventual annulment on June 23rd of the election. If Ogbaigbena was pro-democracy as he falsely claims, why did he take up media consultancy work to Ernest Shonekon, the head of the interim national government, cobbled together by the junta to legitimize the illegality? Ogbaigbena also tried to downplay the gravity of his misadventure in South Africa, for which he had to flee, abandoning his office equipment and furniture till today. On one hand, he lied that it was President Nelson Mandela who asked that he set up the newspaper in South Africa because the dominant newspapers in the country were owned by the white establishment. On the other hand, he claimed that the same white establishment frustrated his venture. He forgot that when he floated This Day South Africa in 2003 and 04, a black president was in power. Contrary to claims that he met a hostile environment, his habitual unethical practices gave him out. His business model of funding his newspapers and a champagne lifestyle from proceeds of blackmail rackets fell flat in South Africa, where rules of a good society are rigidly enforced. To deceive advertisers, he inflated the circulation figures which the regulatory agency frowned at. Also, he owed printers and his workers. Gale of complaints against the carpetbagger from Nigeria soon reached the authorities, and one official was quoted as famously saying, "You call yourself this day, very soon it will become that day." The prophecy came to pass with chilling accuracy soon after. On his misadventure in London, Ogbaigbena disingenuously put it down to forex crisis as if it happened this year or last year. The details of the judgment by the presiding judge were damning enough. Ogbaigbena lacks the personal honor and integrity to run any decent company. His claim that a 7-year directorship ban has been appealed is not the full story. He already lost one appeal at the Chancery in August. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. Ogbaigbena tried to deflect his chronic indebtedness as something common in the media industry. It is an affliction peculiar to this day and arise, which purports to make lots of money as reflected by bumper advert patronage, but curiously still fails to pay workers as and when due. Even when the economy was relatively good, Ogbaigbena never paid workers regularly. His popular saying to staff, as well known in the industry, is that this day an arise ID card alone is your meal ticket. Such corrupt philosophy underlines the unethical practices in media companies run by Ogbaigbena. A classic illustration of the untold hardship and dehumanization of his workers was provided by Mr. Paul Ibe, who is now the special advisor on media to Al-Haji Atiku Abubakar. Ogbaigbena tricked Ibe to South Africa with mouth-watering offers, but Ibe ended up enduring hunger there before finding his way back to Nigeria. Following a suit filed at the National Industrial Court in 2011, suit number NICN ABJ 262011, Mr. Ibe was awarded damages against Ogbaigbena for backlog of salaries, non-remittance of taxes and pension deducted from his wages over the years, and outstanding entitlement. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Bye.